Hi there. We are on day 238, I believe. Yeah, 238 of our Through the Bible in 1 Year. Right now, the Lamentations. As I explained yesterday, this was um, Jeremiah's writings as he wandered through the empty streets of Jerusalem after King Nebuchadnezzar and his army had completely ravished, destroyed it. All the people are gone, many of them killed, many of them taken to Babylon for exile and captivity. But yeah, and it cuts it up for some reason. Today we're doing verse 337 through 522. And I don't know why they cut it up like that, but they did. So we know what he's doing anyway. Okay. Starts at verse 37. Who is there who speaks and it happens, unless the Lord has ordained it? Do not both adversity and good come from the mouth of the Most High? Why should any living person complain, any man, because of the punishment for his sins? Let us search out and examine our ways and turn back to the Lord. Let us lift up our hearts and our hands to God in heaven. We have sinned and rebelled. You have not forgotten. You have covered yourself in anger and pursued us. You have killed without compassion. You have covered yourself with a cloud so that no prayer can pass through. You have made us disgusting filth among the peoples. Yeah. All our enemies open their mouths against us. We have experienced panic and pitfall, devastation and destruction. My eyes flow with streams of tears because of the destruction of my dear people. My eyes overflow unceasingly without end until the Lord looks down from heaven and sees my eyes. My eyes bring me grief because of the fate of all women in the city, in my city. For no apparent reason, my enemies hunted me like a bird. They dropped me alive into a pit and threw stones at me. Water flooded over my head, and I thought, I'm going to die. I called on your name, Yahweh, from the depths of the pit. You hear my plea. Do not ignore my cry for relief. You come near when I call on you. You say, do not be afraid. You defend my cause, Lord. You redeem my life. Lord, you see the wrong done to me. Judge my case. You see all their malice, all their plots against me. Lord, you hear their insults, all their plots against me. The slander and murmuring of my opponents attack me all day long. When they sit and when they rise, look, I am mocked by their songs. You will pay them back what they deserve, Lord, according to the work of their hands. You will give them a heart filled with anguish. May your course be on them. You will pursue them in anger and destroy them under your heavens. Terrors of a besieged city. How the gold has become tarnished, the fine gold become dull. The stones of the temple lie scattered at the corner of every street. Zion's precious people, once worth their weight in pure gold, how they are regarded as clay jars, the work of a potter's hands. Even jackals offer their breasts to nurse their young, but my dear people have become cruel like ostriches in the wilderness. The nursing infant's tongue clings to the roof of his mouth from thirst, like children beg for bread, but no one gives them any. Those who used to eat delicacies and are destitute in the streets, those who were reared in purple garments, huddle in garbage heaps. The punishment, my dear people, is greater than that of Sodom, which was overthrown in an instant without a hand laid on it. Her dignitaries are brighter than snow, whiter than milk. Their bodies were more ruddy than coral, their appearance like sapphire. Now they appear darker than soot. They are not recognized in the streets. Their skin has shriveled on their bones. It has become like dry wood. Those slain by the sword are better off than those slain by hunger, who waste away, pierced with pain, because the fields lack produce. The hands of compassionate women have cooked their own children. They became their food during the destruction of my dear people. The Lord has exhausted his wrath, poured out his burning anger. He has ignited a fire in Zion, and it has consumed her foundations. The kings of the earth and all the worlds in heaven did not believe that an enemy or adversary could enter Jerusalem's gates. Yet it happened because of the sins of her prophets and the guilt of her priests, who shed the blood of the righteous within her. Right? They did a lot of that. Blind, they stumbled in the streets, defiled by his blood, so that no one dared touch their garments. Stay away, unclean, people shouted at them. Away, away, don't touch us. So they wandered aimlessly. It was It was said among the nations, they can stay here no longer. The Lord himself has scattered them. He regards them no more. The priests are not respected. The elders find no favor. All the while, our eyes were failing. As we looked in vain for assistance, we watched from our towers for a nation that refused to help. Our steps were closely followed so that we could not walk in our streets. Our end drew near. Our time ran out. Our end had come. Those who chased us were swifter than eagles in the sky. They relentlessly pursued us over the mountains and ambushed us in the wilderness. The Lord's anointed, the breath of our life, was captured in their traps. We had said about him, we will live under his protection among the nations. So rejoice and be glad, daughter Edom, you resident of the land of Uz. Yet the cup will pass to you as well. You will get drunk and expose yourself. Daughter Zion, your punishment is complete. He will not lengthen your exile. He will punish your iniquity, daughter Edom, and will expose your sins. Hey, chapter 5, a prayer for restoration. He just got through saying God wasn't listening to any of their prayers, right? Maybe he'll listen to Jeremiah. Yahweh, remember what has happened to us. Look and see our disgrace. Our inheritance has been turned over to strangers, our houses to foreigners. We become orphans, fatherless. Our mothers are widows. We must pay for the water we drink. Our wood comes at a price. We are closely pursued. We are tired, and no one offers us rest. We made a treaty with Egypt and Assyria to get enough food. Our fathers sinned. They no longer exist, but we bear their punishment. Slaves rule over us. No one rescues us from their hands. We secure our food at the risk of our lives because of the sword in the wilderness. Our skin is as hot as an oven from the ravages of hunger. Women are raped in Zion. Girls in the cities of Judah. Princes are hung up by their hands. Elders are shown no respect. Young men labor at millstones, boys under loads of wood. The elders have left the city gate. The young men, their music, joy has left our hearts. Our dancing has turned to mourning. The crown has fallen from our head. Woe to us, for we have sinned. Because of this, our heart is sick. Because of these, our eyes grow dim. Because of Mount Zion, which lies desolate and has jackals prowling in it. You, Lord, heaven, are enthroned forever. Your throne endures from generation to generation. Why have you forgotten us forever? Abandon us for our entire lives. Lord, restore us to yourself so we may return. Renew our days as in former times, unless you have completely rejected us and are intensely angry with us. Well, there you go. That's today's reading. That was rather short. Wasn't too hard. What's going on tomorrow? Oh, Ezekiel. Ezekiel. That's interesting. And Ezekiel, and Ezekiel, and Ezekiel, and Ezekiel, and Ezekiel. Oh, we're going to be in Ezekiel for a long, long time. So tomorrow's Ezekiel. Let me check real quick. Yep, that was all for Lamentations. It only goes to 522, so we're done with Lamentations. And we'll do Ezekiel tomorrow. So, starting a new book. We're getting through these. All right, I'm kind of anxious to get into the New Testament. Okay, but I think we have quite a ways to go. So, I have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we have quite a few books left. 10 or 12 books before we get into the New Testament. So, but we'll get there. We're studying, we want to read the entire Bible, every word, so that in a year's time we can say we read the entire Bible from cover to cover. So catch up on any may have missed. You want to say you got the whole Bible and they didn't miss anything? And give us a like if you think about it. But tomorrow we'll start Ezekiel. See you then.